Okie doke, folks. Here we are about halfway through the week, and we have one called Zap by Anya Meter. I am not sure how I'm going to do this. Anyway, okay, it looks like we need to use an offset dot grid, which means that you're going to do a row of dots, and then you're not going to line up the next row of dots exactly. You're going to do it offset, another row of dots, and then the row of dots that line up with that first row. So it ends up with being 4 corners and a middle, right? And then you're going to draw a zigzag. And then you're going to draw a zigzag from all 4 corners to the middle. And then you can do something right here in this where they connect. And they end up looking like this. And then you can do some shading. And then this one looks like that she did an actual just dot grid, but then skipped every other one, which also works. You can do variations. Instead of putting these little lines here, instead of doing this starburst sort of a thing, you can do a square. You can do all sorts of things. And then there's her sample with some color. So she did one big one using her grid still, but she did one great big one. I have no idea what I'm going to do. This one just doesn't speak to me. So I'm kind of at a loss. I've made myself, I've put the string on already. I pre-strung this one. I really don't know what I'm going to do. Guess I need to put some dots. Question is, do I want it like in the background? Do I want it in the foreground? Do I want to just skip the string altogether and just make it straight across? That would be boring. Okay, I'm going to use my pencil and make myself a dot grid because I think I'm going to need it. And I may... Okay, I'm going to do this. Okay, so far so good. I've drawn myself a dot grid. And then I can put the little dots in the middle. And that makes it an offset dot grid. Oops, it's not quite in the middle. Right? That makes an offset dot grid. Now, I think what I want to do is make that in the background. And I want to put some things in the foreground that go on the string. I think I'm going to take my big marker, my bigger tip. This is my 05. And I am going to draw zigzag, kind of following that. String in a general direction. Sort of cartoon-like, like that. I'm going to do that to all of them. And then I'm going to draw the pattern kind of behind that. Does that make some sense? I hope so. I hope this is going to work the way I envision it. I have no idea if that's going to actually work the way I envision it. I could be completely off base here. This is a total experiment. I've never done this pattern before. And I certainly have never done anything with these zigzaggy things on the foreground. So we're just playing. And if it becomes an abysmal failure, well, it's okay. Because you know what? The point of Zentangle and the point of this pattern drawing is not to make a beautiful picture. Believe it or not, that is not the point. Did you know that? Maybe you didn't. Maybe you've not actually done any study on the Zentangle method. I am not a CZT, and I am 100% first one to say I'm not a CZT, and some of the things that I do here on this channel are not Zentangle. They are pattern based, but they're not Zentangle, and there is a big difference. I encourage you to go to zentangle.com and read about what is a Zentangle, the Zentangle method of drawing. You can learn it on your own, or you can find a Zentangle teacher. There are more of them now than there used to be, because you know every year there's more classes, but there's not that many classes, and they're limited in the number of teachers that they teach each year. So the chances of you finding a CZT in your area is pretty slim. Closest one to me is like 200 miles. That's not nearby. Not even close to being nearby. And so, you know, I've done all my learning online. And that's where most people have done all their learning. But I do encourage you to go ahead and learn more about the Zentangle method and the purpose of Zentangle. Best resource I know of is Eni Oken, E-N-I-O-K-E-N. She has several ebooks. They're reasonably priced. You know, $10, $12, $15, something like that, right in that general range. They're not super expensive. And if you want a printed copy, you can order a printed copy. They do. She has that as well. But the ebooks are fine. She has one on beginning Zentangle and what is the Zentangle method, and she is a really, really good teacher. Yeah, she just is. She explains things really well. She's very patient. She has, her books are well written and they're easy to follow, and lots of pictures, good pictures to give you the whole step-by-step whole idea. So what I'm trying to say is, even if I completely and utterly fail at making an attractive picture, which I don't think I will, but I might, that's not the point. The point is enjoying the drawing. So I've just done some zigzags, and I've thickened up the line in places to make him more sort of a triangular shapes. That's what I've done. That is my big, thicker pen. I'm going to go back to my other pen, my regular pen, and I'm going to find those dots, the bigger dots, and my little dot, and I'm going to make this zigzag from here. It goes up and then to the middle. And do I need to do that the same way each time? Probably. So I'm going to turn it. I'm going to go from here up and to the middle. Turn it. Am I going to do in the middle of that? Yeah, I am. I'm going to do it like that. Okay. Down, up, into the middle. 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 Some of them are going to be obscured by my original bigger zigzag, but that's okay. It's a very electrifying tile, right? If you turn your tile and do the same motion each time, down, down, up, and to the middle, you'll have a sort of a consistent look, I think. Where's my middle? Down, up, into the middle. Down, up, into the middle. I've lost my dot. There it is. Down, up, into the middle. Down, up, into the middle. Okay. This is the part that's zen, is just the down, up, down, turn. Down, up, down, turn. Down, up, down, turn. Down, up, down, turn. That makes it zen. Very, very zen, that motion. Where's my middle? My middle's here, okay. Okay, now that I've done that part, what do I want to do? Okay, I'm going to do those. Like that. Something in that order. Okay, and one more bunch. One more bunch. Okay. Now, I think I'm just going to shade, and I'm going to shade that. Okay, erase all those lines. I got a lot of lines in there. That might look better once I've erased it anyway. And yes, I know that in the standard traditional Zentangle, the eraser doesn't happen. But then again, for the most part, planning out in pencil doesn't happen other than just making a string. So I understand that I am not following the traditional Zentangle method. Doesn't mean I still don't enjoy drawing. I do. You do what you have to do to make yourself happy, because the happy part is the important part. Okay. I'm going to start on this side. To smudge. Like that. Yep, that's what I'm doing. Okay. Oh, that's the inside. I wanted to do the outside. Hang on a second. Erase. See, the nice thing about pencils for shading is that when you make a miscalculation, it's not a mistake, it's just a miscalculation. You can erase it. So don't be afraid to try shading. If you say, I don't know how to shade, I don't know what to do, just put your pencil to the paper and do it. Because you know what? If you don't like it, that's what the eraser is for. Get yourself a good eraser that doesn't leave black smudges all over your page, because that really drives me crazy when I have a really bad eraser and it leaves mush. It makes it worse than if I had just left it alone. But yeah, get yourself a good eraser and erase it. Yeah, I like this. I like this. I didn't think I was going to like it because I didn't know what I was going to do with this particular tangle. But I think I like it. Makes a good background for these zigzags. Now I could have done the tile so it highlighted the actual pattern more, like the sample did, but that's not what I did. You know, like I said, the tiles sometimes just speak to me, and I'm really challenging myself to use these strings. So I'm hoping that whoever is thinking up the strings continues this. Otherwise I can just make my own string, you know, whatever. But I think it's fun to be able to use the string that's listed on the website, because then you guys can go back later and find it if you know, if you want that resource, it's there. Because who knows, you know, you might be watching this today, the day that I post it, or you might be watching it a year from now, because, you know, things last forever on YouTube, right? Or forever enough. You maybe have just discovered Zentangle and you're going through old videos, and I would hate for the resource to be gone, or for you not to be able to look something up later. Here we go. Look at that little bit of shadow did for those zigzags. I like it. Okay, I need to sign, I need to put a name. This was, what was it called? Something. Zap. I should have been able to remember that. I'm going to, where am I signing it? They're all sort of the same. I'm signing it here. Okay, Zap on string number 24. There we go, folks. I hope you enjoyed that. It's different, but this makes a nice sort of net background, like I would use fishnet, I think, or there's a few of them that have sort of a net-like look to them. And this would definitely fall into that category for me. So that's really cool. So you guys have a really great day. Go out and be nice to someone else today. Do something pretty, you know. It doesn't have to be spectacular. It doesn't have to be huge. You know, just open the door for somebody at the Starbucks, or, you know, I don't know, I don't know, that there's just so many things I'm thinking, oh my gosh, there's that 500 different scenarios just went running through my head all at the same time, and none of them actually came out of my mouth. So, you know, get into my head, do whatever it was I was thinking of, because I can't say it articulately, and have a nice day and make the world a better place, okay? Bye.